Hey, this is Yvonne, host of LHMPR Radio Podcast. In a few minutes, the airways is going to be taken over by an old school legendary. And this man has so much history, I'm not going to even try to disrespect him by trying to even shortcut it. I think you should hear it straight from his mouth. So, with that, and without further ado, I will turn the mic over to you.
Hello to all my Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Lincoln family followers, fans. This is the original MC, legendary original MC War Flattop, better known as DJ Fatty Flat Black. Now, you'll like to know about the hip hop industrial industry. Everybody will have haters in life, and some people may not like you. Of course, but the way I started off doing hip hop when I was young. Like I was about 11, 12 years old, going to junior high school and in regular high school. Of course, I was born and raised in the Bronx of New York and going to George Westinghouse and other high school. But back then, let me make things very short because I don't have that much long to talk on here on this radio interview about my life story, true life story. I got to cut things in between. As you as a hip hop artist, while you out there, you got to be cautious with yourself in the music industrial. Stay focused, view everything, or go to the bookstore and buy the book. More of this business about music and some of this business about music. Now, when I was young and I started off in high school, this is not the beginning. I'm cutting in between stories now. I used to start doing a hip hop cable show. Then I went and joined the Castile Culture Center in in Harlem, in Manhattan. You had this old school talent show called the All Star Talent Show downtown Manhattan. Was this I was still doing cable shows. And Video City was the one that started me off to do video shows, doing a hip hop video show called the All New MC Wall Flat Top Show on Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens cable. I just support other rappers and everything. Right now, when I went to All Star Town Show, I had a fat beat because I did beats at the recording studio at Jazzy J Recording Studio on Arlington Avenue in the Bronx. The person that hooked me up to go with the original DJ Jazzy J was original African Bambaataa from the mighty Zulu Nation. Because I had joined Zulu Nation back then, and Bam told me, go see one of his engineers, DJ, original DJ Jazzy J. I did it my track there, took it to the All-Star Town Show, start rapping. Then I bumped into this young kid named MC Trouble D, Julius Wyman. And then I told Julius was trying to get a record there. We were singing at the All-Star Talent Show. Kids came first and second place. Then I say, you know what? I told my partner, I say, Trouble, I'm going to get my own record label. If any record company is not going to take us, so he said, where you do that, Flat, put me down. So I was I was at the house, down in the basement. I used to have 2 vinyls. We used to do the beats and rhyme off of an album called Igma. It's called Igma. And we used to sing, and Trouble D just saying 91, the fun has begun. The Castile Culture Center has been co-done. And I used to sing the story of glory along about a time about Castile the Port to check out the rhyme. Drops and tracks of love, hype poetry. But for real, Castile, it was real. We were singing about this song. We made a rap song about Castile. Then we met up with this man. I forgot his name. He invited us to his house. And he had a contract. Now, I want to tell y'all hip hop artists, young ones out there that started out. And this man said he wanted to sign us both up. And the track was so fat on stage at the All-Star Talent Show at the Castillo Culture Center. He invited us to his house. It was like a condo. Man had a big, he had a big table. Looked like, if y'all ever seen the movie called American Gangster, where Frank Lucas got a family table so huge with a lot of food at the table, this man had a table like that. It looked like a business office, but it's like a Thanksgiving table. So I was sitting at the other end of the table. Trouble D was in the middle. He was in the back. He said, I like to say that your track is really good, Flattop. Oh, let me show you and Julius around what I have in my house. So he showed us that he did music for Boys to Men. And he met up with Michael Jackson and all this. He was showing his books, his things on the wall. Now I believe that, what you call those gold records. I try to look at it. His name was on it now. So I forgot his name, but if I knew his name, but he lucky I don't know his name to put on here. So the man was kind of gay. I ain't got nothing against gay people, but this man here trying to keep us to stay at his house. I told him I was going to take the contract and get it by the small lawyer business to check on this contract to make sure this thing is very legit. He gonna try to tell me don't make the album too like a hit, like a hype, because I had some fat beats on there where I did from Jazzy J Recording Studio. Jazzy J was the engineer. Because right now to this day, it's on one of those CDs you'll see on the image right here that say War Flattop Production. That's where the track is at, right? So I told Trouble. The man said, why don't y'all spend the night over so my wife could cook for y'all? I said, so where your wife at? This man invited us to his crib like 2 times. We never seen his wife yet. But the funny part is I was very particular with him, and I told my partner Trouble D, I said, this man here is gay. I don't see no woman in his house. We came by here to visit him twice. And I'm not staying over here. He trying to tell us to stay over at the house and spend the night. I want to tell you something, man. I told my partner, Trouble D, say, yeah, I want you to know something. You got to watch that, your ASS, because you don't know, man. This man might try to do something and try to get us to sign something. I ain't signing nothing with him. I'm taking this thing to, he trying to tell us to sign the contract, but I'm taking it to the volunteer lawyers to arts downtown in Manhattan. So I left there. Trouble D came. Trouble D, I said, Trouble, you can stay. I said, hey, Mr. I forgot what the man name, blah, blah, blah. So I say, sir, he gonna stay here with you, man. I think Trouble gonna stay. He say, all right. I said, God, I don't know why that man talked like that. So I left. Next thing you know, my partner Trouble D came down the elevator and followed behind me. You say, you know what? He said, you know what, Flattop? I think that man is gay. I said, now you coming to your senses. Because I said, you got to be careful. These promoters trying to go to bed with you, man. You know what I'm saying? And one day he got so mad at me. He wanted to make a compilation, what you call it? Compilation album out of his own record label called Castillo Records. So I said, that's it, Trouble. I'm getting my own record label. I told Trouble D. So me and my cousin Chuck my cousin Chuck came from Florida. We went out there. He went up here to New York, said, what the problem, cuz? I say, yo, Chuck, we gonna go over here to the we're gonna go downtown to the Rockefeller Center and to this building. Is a bunch of record companies on each floor. It was LaFay, and it was Tough City Records. I think it's Rough City Records or something. And then it was MCA. So we had a meeting with MCA. We never had chances to try to get signed. All we came through is BS with record companies back in the days. in the 1970s, 1980s. You know, I know when the Crow Crush, Beat Nut Boys was out, everybody was out. Third Base. So I said, I'm gonna do my own record label. So we went to see another attorney somewhere else downtown Manhattan. I know his name. His name was Herman Max Lupowitz. He said, what name you want to get to call your record label? I said, what about War Flattop Production or Flattop Records? He said, War Flattop Production sound more better like it. So the man did out a business certificate for us for the record company and for our own record label. Come turns around, he said, "Will cost each of y'all $400. It costs $400 for it, so I pull out 150. Wait, 100. No, I pull out. Yeah, wait a minute. No, I pull out 200. My cousin Chuck put out 200. So we got our name on this business certificate, certified, tax relief, got the right to promote and distribute. So Chuck got his name on it. I got my name on it. And I got to be the one to fill out the tax reform. And we sell anything. So what I did, I went out, pressed my own label up. We went and got a loan from one of my cousin's Mason friend, Mr. Brother Franklin Cole. The man gave us $1,000. I had put my $1,000 onto it. I had filed my tax return, and then we pressed up over 500. I think we pressed up about 500 vinyl albums from disc makers. And then we put our own record out. We took the album down to the DNA Hank Love radio show. We also promoted down here in Florida. It got played like crazy. Somebody said, I like that song. You want to go to war? I go to war. And that's the song I have on the track, you know. And after that, it was playing more and more. But I want to tell your young ones out there was no computer out back in those days. There was no TuneCore, CD Babies, I never heard of, and any other thing. It was no internet back in those days when I was growing up in the 1970s and 1980s. We had typewriters. Then I found out cellular phones came out. So when I got older, I started promoting and producing, and I had another label called Flattop Records. And what I did was this: when the computers was out, I promoted my own. I've done this all on my own. I want you to hear this out. I got my own music to be played on the radio. Even I'm the one that was putting money out my own pocket. And it wasn't that easy. I had to work like overtime at jobs at the JFK airport. And my mother helped me out. Then I got myself to be in the papers, in the Source magazine. And one day my mother had told me this back in those days, brother. You know, I ain't gonna cry on the internet. Was when my mom's told me, she said, son, don't throw away your record report stores when your song been played on the radio, and don't throw away your newspaper articles or Source magazine, because maybe in the near future it may be a hip hop museum. And you know what? My mother was right. And she died like in the front of my face in the year 2017 of November the 1st. And when 2019 hit, it was a hip hop museum about to be built in New York. 3 hip hop museums. And I say, wow, it was so good that I listened to my mother to keep my hip hop papers that I was in magazines and everything. But my song I was promoting my album. Right now, I met some few cats from North Carolina on the internet. I got my own computer, and then I started putting War Flattop production on 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 TuneCore. Now I hate to tell you this, my album was selling overseas like crazy. And you know, of course, in America, there was too many rap music in America. Because I know I ain't the only one trying to get music out. Because when the computers came out, I want all your young ones to hear this. It was crazy. I was shocked. Now, if my album can't sell in America, it was selling last year back in the 70s in stores called the Music Factory. But when I had got it on the internet, when the internet came out, I had got it made from TuneCore. You know, now how I got the artwork did, the artwork on War Flattop Production Records, I got that did by my man Lava 1 and 2 from the Black Spade. That's my homeboy right there. And may he rest in peace. I wish he was still living. And because I gave him a piece of paper to do this artwork for me, and he hooked it up in a kind of different way. And the thing glows in the dark. It's like a poster. And that's how I made that to be the insert card in the CD record label. And then when I got the other record logo made for Flat Top Records, I draw that up and gave it to my boy from the Mighty Shirt Kings. I forgot what his name too, but he just say he told me that would cost you $200. So I pay homeboy $200 to get the logo made for Flat Top Records. And with Lava 1 and 2, I paid $150 to get that artwork did. I hand them the paper how the way I want it to be, the drawing. So that's how I did it. To all your MCs out there, your young hip hop heads out there are listening. Because man, I know I got more to tell y'all right now. I ain't finished yet. But in this hip hop industrial, you gotta stay focused of what you're doing and don't let nobody in the record business take advantage of you. All I could tell you, keep your head up and all this mess. Because I heard about the 360 deals back in the day. I say, thank God I got my own record label. I ain't got to worry about no 360 deal contract being signed by another major company, because the major labels got those 360 deals record labels out there. Because those 360 record labels out there, you know, those record companies will give you that contract to sign, which you can't even get off the 360 deal. That's what happened to Lil Wayne. He was rapping and he was trapped in that contract. You can't sign up with nobody. That's you sign yourself. I mean, you sign your soul to the devil with the 360 deal. I don't know if that's still out in other record companies, but out there, boy, that's why I'm so glad. That's why right now, so many artists that promoting their own stuff and putting their own stuff out there. Now I know I ain't had a lot of money, but I sure got my music to be played on the radio. I got this guy named Keith Carter was promoting my stuff to North Carolina, and I still got that record playlist. You know what I'm saying? Back then. Then back in the days, because my cousin, DJ 2020, Lamar, now that's my real good cousin there. Lamar Dexter Gordon, DJ 2020. The brother used to put, he had add one of his groups onto my label on Flat Top Records called the Blunt Heads, doing Ain't Nothing Happening Here, Ain't Nothing Happening Here. And his name was Chris Reed. I met all of them in the South Bronx. And 2020 was there with me, my cousin. And I told him, yo, cuz I'm about to get my own record label, did, and stop putting out albums. And my cousin 20 said he was going to do the same thing, but one day he got locked up, but he had a deal with G Street Records because Dougie Fresh was going to sign him. Dougie Fresh, that was Dougie Fresh label, G Street. So I said, 20, where were you? But I had put his group out. Red Alert and Funkmaster Flex was playing the album on the radio, the Blunt Heads, that from my album on side B. I be getting requests on Facebook when the Facebook came out in MySpace. People were asking, yo, MC War Flattop, I would like to get more of that in the vinyl one day. You know, good things came to us. I said, oh God, it must be a gift from God. It's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? And I got that music played by, said, that 7 Armageddon is no joke. Everybody liked it, 7 Days Armageddon. They said they liked the Brown Sugar too. Let's talk about Brown Sugar. Me and MC Trouble D done the video with the cameraman was Doug Ingberg from Video City. And he done the video of Brown Sugar on 111th Avenue in Jamaica, Queens, South Jamaica, Queens. And he was at my house. We done the video inside the house to cut. I had my female friend, Star Queena. And Trouble D had his girlfriend, a Spanish girl. She was in the video too. And we were singing, and Trouble D was saying, hello, hello, hello. And I was saying, who this? Trouble D, man. When we going to do this? I said, do what? Brown Sugar. Oh, when we going to do Brown Sugar? We going to rock that shit, homie. And we start doing the song. I start singing the song. Brown Sugar, you're the ladies of my dreams. And it seems that you don't want to like me because my pocket ain't fat. Listen to the charm, relaxing my brother. I could make you meet my mother and rap with my mother, because the way I do the midnight story dream, it seemed that the brownness of your eyes must have thrown it right back. You know, I was rhyming like that, and I was young. The video was still up on YouTube. And you know, time went so quick. Now this year, I mean, I got to skip a little something now because time is running out on my session right here. Everybody on the LinkedIn thing on this radio broadcasting news. I want to tell you, now I got another old school label out called Flattop Records with all my old school hip hop friends called Black Lives Matter with positive rap. Paradigm, Vic Fresh, they're all old school. And Vic Fresh, Paradigm, and Lamar, my cousin, is on there on Flattop Records, and y'all should peep it and buy it. You know, it's up on Spotify and Yahoo. Y'all need to show your love and support to our old school legends and pioneers. You know what I'm saying? Now, how I got myself a hip hop reward, I want to thank my homeboy Derek Simmons. He rewarded me and my group, my old school friends, with a hip hop reward. We deserve it for all the hard work that we doing out here. I got mine with a big old trophy award. I would like to say thank you, Derek Sherman, from 100 Degree radio station in New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I would like to say to all of y'all people out there, you got to know, show your respect to all the hip hop legends to this day and legendaries, because you may learn something from them. Because telling you, if you don't, I don't know what to say to your young ones out there. You're in hip hop. Don't sign nothing. You make sure you have your moms, your pops with you, or your brothers that know in the record business, because sometimes it be some record labels trying to do some sexual favors against you or try to rob you. It shows on in the movie, because right now a lot of hip hop legends are gonna start writing books. Hey, LA Sunshine wrote a book. I'm gonna start doing mine. My cousin Lamar, DJ 2020, did a book, but I won't do mine. Mine's gonna be like a long story. And they making movies out of them. MC Shyrock doing hers. And I don't take to tell you this. It's the same thing in this world. That's why a lot of hip hop guys putting their own record label out. Now, like drug dealers, like P. Diddy did his own record label on his own. He didn't get signed with nobody. He put his own label out. But he had somebody to help him from Bad Boy to get his label out there. I'm telling y'all, you know, we got to keep struggling and keep faith in God and keep your head up, just like I did. And that's how I continue doing things. And way I DJ, plus I got a DJ mix I just did in my own place down here in Florida with those CDJs. That's up. DJ Flatty Flat Black, that's me. And y'all need to peep that and buy it because it's up on Spotify. It's on, it called DJ Flatty Flat with the hat on it. The other one called Flattop Production, the CD. Now I just found out that Amazon ran out of CDs. I got to get in contact with Destro Kid or iTunes, you know, because right now these guys from iTunes ain't picking up their phone they supposed to. And that's who that put the CD out for me, iTunes. Because CD, Destro Kid, the one that put out Black Lives Matter, because I think that was run by a black kid, by Destro Kid. Y'all should know, because CD Babies don't even want to put out that album because I had on there Black Lives Matter on it. They was giving me a hard time talking about the artwork ain't working. And it was a white man that runs that company at CD Babies. And I say, man, why won't y'all give me my money back? And guess what? CD Babies gave me my money back because they was not pressing up the album that I had put on there for them to put out that album. Black Lives Matter, old school hip hop MCs. I have friends on there. But Destro Kid, when I downloaded on today's site, I paid them. And they put out there for promotion and publishing and distribution. So you may have the same thing with iTunes, CD Babies. Some guys may not put your album out because you got some type of logo saying Black Lives Matter on it. They don't want to put it out there. If it run by a white person, I ain't got nothing against white people because I'm not racist. I just want to show y'all you got some haters in there in this world. You know, it's not the world, it's the people that lives in it. I want you all to understand that in this hip hop world today, you know, because the people that lives in this world is evil. I'm telling you, it's not the world, it's the people that lives in it, making this world bad. And I hate to say this, we all in the hip hop world need to help out each other and promote the music out. The one I did is all positive rap. We talk about positive things, what's going on in life, and civilized. Like my man Paradigm talk about civilized. My cousin Lamar Dexter Gordon on Flattop Records, he talking about everybody trying to rule the world. And y'all should download it on MP3. You know, everything is up there. You gotta support our black brothers in hip hop. Y'all gotta support our old school legends in hip hop. Because I know some people out there don't even want to support old school hip hop legends. And legends going against one another. No, we got to stop the hate. You know what I'm saying? Move on. You know, and it's some interview nation one day. One day, somebody had hit me up on Facebook. I ain't gonna give no names. I ain't gonna tell his name. But I remember I told my brother, Silver, what's his name? MC Silver Surfer. What's his name? Supreme or something, but Silver Fox. I say, yo, man, what you call a person say he want to interview you, and then he got the nerve skipping you through other interviews with other guys, and then he gonna tell you he ain't not interested in none of your old school hip hop legend stuff. Now he disrespecting me. So what I did, Silver Fox, I delete that guy that trying to interview me, and I said he full of BS. And I felt hurt. So that's why I'm gonna show him. You know, you don't disrespect an old school legend like that. And Silver Fox said, I hear you, Flat Top. So I move on with my life. It ain't no beef or no fight against none of that. You know, some people may not like you. There's some people out there probably just jealous what you are in life. Because somebody said the ones that hating, you must be doing something good for them to hate you. And that's what I was doing. You know, that's what I like to tell all your young ones out there. When somebody hating on you, that's who you know you are doing something good. But keep your head up. Don't let nobody pull you down. Keep moving up. Taking it from me, the original MC War Flattop, better known as DJ Flatty Flat Black. And I got more interviews coming up. Just keep your head up. That's all I like to say. Peace and blessing. And may hip hop live.
All right, well, guys, you heard it directly from him. I didn't interrupt because I didn't think that I needed to ask questions, because a true professional can't just go on and speak about themselves. So I do appreciate you being on the show. Look for this on YouTube and on the podcast. So, hey, we're
All
going to keep
right.
it going, keep the respect going. You keep the music going. And with that, this is Yvonne Wilcox, LHMPR Radio Podcast. Peace. I'm out.
Peace.